Hey everybody, today I'm going to make a vanilla wafer cake and I'm going to be using these vanilla wafers. Can you believe that? I've been going back and looking at some of my older videos and look, I've already made a cake. I'm going to make another one and show you how we do it. And I'm altering this recipe because you know the ingredients that we buy now, they aren't true to the amounts that the old recipes call for. Everything has been downsized, and this is an 11-ounce box of vanilla wafers. Now it calls for 16-ounce and I only have an 11-ounce, so I'm going to add 1 sleeve of graham crackers to this recipe. So I'm substituting, which is something that we all need to learn to do when we want to make something and we don't have all of the ingredients. So let's get busy and make this vanilla wafer cake. I'm excited about it. I hope you are too. Okay, are y'all ready to start making this vanilla wafer cake? I certainly am. I'm excited to do it too. I'm starting out with 2 sticks of butter, and I'm using my large stand mixer today and my paddle attachment. So I'm just going to start my mixer, and I'll start it slowly and then I'll turn it up. To the 2 sticks of butter, which is 1 cup, I'm adding 2 cups of sugar. Now I like to add mine kind of slowly. I don't just dump it in there. And once I get all the sugar in with the butter, I'm going to cream it or let it beat for 10 minutes. A lot of people don't beat their sugar and their butter long enough, and sometimes when that happens, you can actually taste the grains of sugar in your food items. So you want to make sure that you beat it until it's really creamed, and the way that you know that it's creamed is that it will begin to get really soft and fluffy, and it will change colors. So I'm going to set my timer. I'm going to cream this for 10 minutes and I'll be right back. Our sugar and butter has creamed for 10 minutes. You can see the difference in the color. So now we're going to add our eggs. We're adding 6 eggs, 1 at a time, and I'm going to turn my mixer up just a little bit and kind of speed the process. So that's 3, 4, 5, and 6. These are large eggs. They're a little bit larger than I normally get. You know, I told you recently that eggs just seem to get smaller and smaller, and yet they sell them as large. So now I'm going to stop our mixer and rake the sides down before we add our other ingredients, because we want to make sure that all of our eggs are mixed in really well with this butter and sugar. This is just a great basic foundation for making any cake, is creaming your butter, creaming your sugar, and adding your eggs slowly. Okay, that looks wonderful. Looks wonderful. We are on a roll here. We're going to get this vanilla cake made because I have all of our other ingredients already prepped. Okay, so now let's keep going. So now we're going to add our vanilla wafers, and I crushed them. I put them in a plastic bag. I used my meat mallet. Let me show you. Mine has a smooth side, and so that's what I used. It also has a cube side, but I used this and I just crushed my little vanilla wafers. So this is an 11-ounce bag of vanilla wafers. It calls for a 16-ounce bag, or box. And so I'm substituting, I'm really going out on a limb today. I'm substituting and adding 1 sleeve of graham crackers. And I've crushed these graham crackers. So now I'm adding the graham crackers to the mixture. You can't go wrong because I love both cookies. I could eat my weight in both. Yum, that looks good. Look at that. Okay, so we'll let that mix just a second. We just kind of want to stir it in. And now I'm going to add 4 ounces, which is a 1/2 cup of milk. 4 ounces of whole milk, sweet milk, if you please. So we'll just turn that up. Let it mix around. I can't wait to see how this turns out, and I know you're curious too. Okay, so now we're ready to add our last 2 ingredients. I'm adding 1 cup of chopped pecans. Now I have sprinkled mine with a little saffron flour. You could use plain flour, but I like to put a little bit of flour, coat my pecans in flour, and that helps them to stay consistently spread throughout the cake or the loaf or whatever you might be making. So I've put those in, and now I'm adding a 7-ounce bag of sweetened flaked coconut. Now these are my favorite ingredients. This cake, if it turns out, and I'm praying that it does, it is just going to be delicious because it has all of these wonderful, wonderful ingredients in it. Ooh, I'm excited about this. So I have prepared my 2-pan. Remember, mine lifts out, and I've sprayed it with Baker's Joy. Baker's Joy is my preferred spray. It has the flour in it, and then I used my little brush and I just brushed it really well. So I'm going to turn this up and let it beat, and then I'll take it out. I'll turn it off, and I'll clean my I'll clean my paddle off, and we will pour it into our cake pan and put it in the oven. I've preheated our oven to 300 degrees, and the recipe says to bake it for 45 minutes. That doesn't seem like long enough for me, but it may be. So I'll test it and try it, and I'll be back in a minute. I've poured our cake batter in our pan. It's a little over half full, so I don't know how much this is going to rise, if it's going to rise at all. I've never made this recipe, but I am certainly excited to see how it's going to look when it comes out of the oven. So again, my oven is preheated to 300 degrees. I'm going to cook it for 45 minutes. I'll be looking through that glass door of mine on my oven and see how it's doing while it's baking, and I'll be back. Okay, here's our vanilla wafer cake. That is beautiful. I hope it tastes as good as it looks. I baked it an hour and a half, 90 minutes. I knew 30, 45 minutes was not going to be enough for this cake. So now I'm going to take it out of the oven, let it cool. I'll take it out of the pan, and then we'll do the real test, and that'll be the taste test. See you in a bit. Okay, y'all, we are ready to test this cake. I'm going to cut a wedge out so that you can see how it cuts, and I have no idea how this cake is going to cut. So I'm just going to cut a wedge, and we're going to lift it out on this plate that I have here. Well, look at that. So far, so good. I'm going to show it to you. Oh, that looks moist. I had no idea if it would be moist or not. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I can see the nuts. Here's some up here. You know, I tell you to sprinkle your nuts with flour. I'm going to set that aside. Now I'm going to cut me a piece to eat. And I'm going to put some whipped cream on top of mine. Not that it needs it, but whipped cream makes everything, or Cool Whip makes everything good. So let me just put some on here, like that. Yum. Okay, let's taste it. Vanilla wafer cake. Let's see. Oh, I love this. This is so good. I can taste the coconut. And this is almost like a loaf cake, but it's made in a tube pan. This is so good. Doug's gonna love this. I'm fixing to go over to see my Aunt Gladys. She gave me some figs, and I made some fig preserves and showed you how to do that. And I'm going to take her some of this. I bet she'll love it. Yum. I will make this again and again and again. And I hope you'll make one too. I'll see you again really, really soon. Be sure and like, comment, and share our videos in order to keep seeing them. I'll see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.